Hello everyone, welcome to Fine Moon Rising. This is Leo's July 2025 Tarot and Energy Sigil. So what I'm doing now is pulling cards for this sigil to direct the energy of July for you. Okay, so I have the King of Wands, followed by the Strength card, followed by the Sun card. Oh my gosh, if this is not a Leo reading, I don't know what is. So right away we have the King of Wands, very fire energy, kind of rules with a passion, that type of thing. We do have the Strength card, which is your card, the card of Leo. And this is kind of like, well, I'm going to wrestle with my demons, and then I'm going to go ahead, put them aside, and then I'm going to get moving. Then the Sun card, which of course is your ruler. So it's very active energy. And so, and especially Cancer season to Leo season, there's going to be that transition. Anyway, so I got be in your power, and you're kind of powering up, maybe calm before the storm, before your big energy. This is also a big hello, Leo. So I feel like you're just going to have a glow up at the end of the month when your season starts. But right now, the sigil that I'm going to be drawing for you is time to make things happen. Okay. Your affirmation is time to make things happen. All right, crossing out all the vowels and then keeping the consonants that are not repeats, I'm going to fabricate a sigil for you. Okay, you can do these at home, draw it however you wish, doesn't matter. Make it complex, make it simple, throw it away, whatever, doesn't matter. Anyway, we're starting to draw. And one thing I did notice about your sigil is that I just kept kind of going. The energy was kind of intoxicating. So I feel like when you come into your power, it's going to be maybe a little more active, explosive, stuff like that. You're going to feel renewed. It's a time of renewal for you. And so the sigil that kind of came out was very colorful, very bright, with a lot of kind of deep points, okay? We'll get to those deep points in a minute. So let's move right on into your astrology. So cards for your sigil, then we're going to do astrology, and then we're going to go ahead and do the tarot in a moment. All right, you are vacillating between action and reflection. So we still have the Sun in Cancer, of course, and that means you're going to be, kind of in that emotional time. Here's the tarot right here. You are going to be in that kind of reflection, a little bit of inactivity. This is the calm before the storm because it is your season coming. It means it's time to examine your passions and where your heart lies. Where does your heart feel most comfortable? What are your passions? Where would you like to go? Where would you like to put, your heart in? What would you like to put your heart into, type thing? And so there's a little bit of a halt in the energy so that you can really evaluate your feelings. And you can even, communicate with others around you about this as well. Because if you're thinking of any kind of major changes, such as career path changes, opening a business, expanding your business, anything like that, maybe bounce it off people around you, see what they say, what's their input. But ultimately, it is going to be your decision, of course. So good time to finish off projects before your season and some other stuff. If you need to cut ties with people, if you need to move from one project to another, then you're going to be doing that. You're going to be finishing off any kind of projects you've been working on for a while. Okay, before your season, just so you can start fresh, so you can kind of wrangle that big energy that's coming. Love Leo season, such big energy. All right, you do have Uranus and Gemini, like everybody. Everybody has something different, and expect new friends. So, and new opportunities. There are opportunities to travel, and there's kind of a consensus with the retrograde that maybe travel plans can be thwarted here and there. But as long as you don't over plan and you leave some room, I think you'll be fine. And I think what you're going to be doing is following those connections, maybe following that passion, following that interest. So I think you're just going to be falling into some, exciting times. Even if you're just going to the next city over. I feel like you're going to be more willing to go out on a limb for your learning as well. So you may be embarking on new studies. You may be embarking on anything that broadens your horizons, and that is including travel. Just be flexible at this time. Don't make everything so, rigid. Okay, let's see. Also, Leo luck. I mean, you're coming into your season, so even with kind of the ups and downs of things that may be happening in Cancer season and the emotional things that could be happening, I feel like you are definitely one to be lucky. As long as you're present. So focus on being present where you are, look around you, see your next moves, and plan accordingly. You're going to have to plan from the moment instead of plan from, I don't know, 6 months ago. I feel like this is a very much a changing time for you. And because of that, and because of the switch, I feel like it's just stay, get grounded, look around you, see your options, see your opportunities, then go forth with the best one type deal. Okay, let's see. Connect with, okay, so with your passions, with these emotions of Cancer, I feel like the examination for you is really connecting with those emotions and seeing which goals kind of spur on that creativity. Creativity and passion go hand in hand. Creativity, passion, bliss, that kind of thing all go together. And so I feel like you're going to be feeling out which avenue is going to keep you the most amused for the longest. Also, could be a person, could be, and so this is a very passionate time going from, and I feel like it's that warmth of Cancer, right? That warmth of loving Cancer that's going to be the backbone of the action that's coming up in your season. Okay. All right. It is a time to take action, especially when you come into your season. You are going to feel that burst of energy, kind of feel that rejuvenation, and you'll want to take the steps forward towards your goals. Those things that you've been putting on the back burner, maybe you haven't been paying attention to for a while. Oh, hey, you've closed out some projects, you've closed out some things in your life. It's time to really evaluate where you're going next. Okay, let's move right on into the tarot. So bottom of deck, we do have the Seven of Cups, the Two Wands, and I'm sure the tarot flashed up already for you. And then we have the Tower card. So I feel like that Tower is an abrupt ending, honestly. So there's something here that needs to end. It's an abrupt ending, and you're like, you know what? We're good. I'm done. It is an abrupt ending, but I don't think you're very unhappy about it. I think maybe you're a little worried. There's some underlying worries, but I think you feel like you're going to land on your feet. I feel like you're going to come through it okay, and it's like for a good reason. Something is ending for a good reason. There is the Two of Wands here, and then the Seven of Cups. You are choosing to open Pandora's box. That's why I feel like you are kind of leading with your passions. You're leading with what is exciting you. And you may have to start small. Just start small, little tiny steps. You don't need to be, throwing all your money at something or any of that. You can start with research. It's completely fine. You don't have to be locked into anything. Especially with retrogrades, we don't want to get locked into a lot of stuff. So, all right, in your past, you did have the Two of Swords, some indecision happening that is not really where you want to be. And, it's caused you to kind of be kicked into this hermit mode. And the hermit is crossing the Four of Cups. It's almost like the hermit mode is sitting on top of your goals. You're being asked to actually evaluate what you really want, because you may have been going down a path, and it's just become, what you do. This is how you are, what you do. But how can you change things up? How can you make things fresh? Now is your season. Now is the time to make these changes that are for your betterment, that are bettering your finances, that are bettering your career path, that are also bettering your home life. So now is the time, and that's time to make things happen. Of course, that was your sigil. All right. And then you have the Eight of Swords, and then the King of Coins. So two very opposite energy. There's some money worries here, conscious, subconscious. There's concerns about finances. Can I really do this? Can I take hold of this? Can I expand, my learning? And there's some stress about, and it could be one job that is ending and you're taking another one. One phase of life is ending if you're not a working person, and you're moving into another one. And I feel like that transition might be causing some sleepless, some waking up at night type situations. And so, and you're kind of getting up in your head about it, which is also very Gemini energy, by the way. And you do have Gemini coming up, at least Gemini's ruler and the Magician in your future. So I do feel like you are kind of embodying that energy as well with the Uranus and Gemini. And I feel like it's causing you some up in your head business. So there's the tarot again. You can see the Hermit there and the Magician popping up there. Well, Gemini kind of lives in that either or world, you know? It's always multiple viewpoints. And I feel like maybe you're a big planner. Maybe you plan things well in advance, but you're being asked to see multiple viewpoints. You're being asked to use multiple skill sets in the future. I think what this means is you're broadening your horizons. You're not doing just one thing. You're doing maybe 5 things. And so that might be a little, you know, it's stressful to kind of juggle everything, but I feel like it's very necessary for you in order to better yourself. And so you may be learning something while you're expanding a side hustle, or you're working on your house, home life, something like that. Also paying attention to your finances. We have Queen of Coins here. But your approach has been very Knight of Cups. Been very leading with my heart, you know, open book, you know, and I think that's a good way to be, but you're going to end up being the Knight of Wands, and we'll get there in just a minute. But the Knight of Cups is very much in the emotions. You may have had a setback, and that's that Tower moment, that ending that is actually pushing you towards something better. And so you're at this point where you're like, you know what, I'm ready to go now. I'm ready to go. But Cancer's still living with us right now. And so as soon as Cancer season is over and you start your season, then you'll be able to move forward and take those steps. We do have this Queen of Coins in your environment, and the Queen of Coins, of course, is the woman who can make things happen in the 3D reality. She makes money. She molds things to how she wants them to go. So she's very much that person who can make things happen by getting down into the nitty-gritty, by getting her hands dirty. She's very much that person. So it's time for you to kind of bring that really big energy that's coming towards you, put all that energy into your goals. Line them up, you know, and it's almost like line things up and knock them down as they come towards you, but stay kind of in the moment, because you may have to change your mind. You know, Gemini energy, you may have to change your mind midway through, you know, like, oh, this avenue's not working, but that's okay. I know how to adjust. And you will be using Magician, all of the skills that are that you've accumulated over your life. So that is your safety net. Your safety net is your skill set, which is actually going to help you land on your feet each time. So 3 of Wands is the advice. And it's like, okay, so you started something, or you will be starting something. You are taking these steps, but you can't just sit there. You can't, you know, start something in your season and then not follow through. And I think you know that already. So you will be formulating a different plan, and that plan will keep changing every decision you make. And I think you're very comfortable in this at the end, because I do feel like this 3 of Wands is just letting you know that, hey, you're going to receive the recognition. You're going to receive a boost in your career or your money section. And again, I feel like with this Queen of Coins and this 3 of Wands is definitely that energy of making things happen in the material world and increasing your finances, because you do have the King of Coins in your conscious reality as well. And so with the Queen and the King, all right, so is there somebody that you need to partner up with? Could be your spouse, your partner, or somebody that's coming in that is a romantic connection in the material reality. Might want to partner up with them. Also, you're going to end with a Knight of Wands. A lot of passion, a lot of activity. You're going to be rolling with everything and moving forward very quickly. Okay, Leo, if you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, subscribe. See you next time.